So you created a cool camera sequence for your animation and you want to trigger it in your blueprint during real-time gameplay. Not a problem. Quick reminder, we're going to be picking up this video after setting up gas from our last few tutorials. So if you don't recognize this screen, then follow the tutorial in the pinned comment and come back when you're done. First, for this, unlike the camera shake where we used a burst notify, we don't want any camera-based notifies in our montage this time. Last time we created a function for the camera shake in our gameplay ability blueprint, so we're just going to duplicate it and then adjust it to work with a camera sequence instead. Then we're going to set blend time to 0.2. Then we're going to get an avatar actor from actor info, drag out a cast to actor, then drag out a target capsule component, and then drag out a get scaled capsule half height. Get a make vector node, then drag the Z into it like this, then subtract that from the location on the make transform. Then from the get avatar actor, we'll drag out an actor transform and then drag that out into break transform. Then connect everything like so, and now what this does is make sure that every time we trigger this scene, the camera starts from the back of the character, the way we expected it to in our animation sequence. And the reason we needed to get a capsule half height is because if you don't, the sequencer will start way too high above the character. Last, we have to drag a get player controller from the target, then drag out a get camera animation camera modifier from the player, then drag that into a play camera animation. And now we'll be able to add a new variable which is a type camera animation sequence, and then set it up to your camera animation sequence that we created in the last video, and drag that out and make sure it's valid before we play the animation. Lastly, from the params, drag out a make camera animation params, make sure the numbers look generally like this, save, and now in the main event graph of the gameplay ability blueprint, instead of using the camera shake function, we use the new sequence function that we just created. You're done. Now whenever you trigger the animation, the camera will also do its thing in real-time gameplay. Hope that helps, and as always, hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you around.